the brave orphan and the cruel witch of Aloma. Once upon a time, in the heart of the lush and vibrant Igbo land, there existed a village named Aloma. This village, surrounded by rolling hills and dense forests, was known for its bountiful harvest and warm-hearted people. Life in Aloma was peaceful, and the villagers lived in harmony with nature and each other. However, beneath this serene surface, a dark shadow loomed, a cruel witch named Neka, who tormented the villagers while posing as a benevolent old woman. Neka lived on the outskirts of the village in a modest hut that belied her true nature. By day, she presented herself as a kind herbalist, offering remedies and advice to those in need. The villagers, unaware of her malevolent deeds, revered her and often sought her counsel. By night, however, Neka transformed into a vicious witch, casting curses and causing misfortune to befall the unsuspecting villagers. For years, Neka's dual existence went unnoticed. Crops failed mysteriously, livestock fell ill, and people suffered from strange ailments. The villagers attributed these misfortunes to bad luck, never suspecting the old woman they held in such high regard. Yet, there was one person who saw through Neka's facade, a brave and kind-hearted orphan named Chidy. Chidy, a boy of about 15, had lost his parents to a mysterious illness when he was very young. The villagers, though kind, had their own families to care for and could not take him in. As a result, Chidy grew up alone, living in a small hut at the edge of the forest. Despite his hardships, he was known for his cheerful demeanor and willingness to help others. He would often gather herbs from the forest and assist the village healer, Papa Ikin, with his work. One evening, as Chidy was returning from the forest with a basket full of medicinal herbs, he overheard a conversation between Neka and her raven familiar, Odo. Hidden behind a large tree, Chidy listened intently as Neka discussed her latest curse and how she delighted in the villagers' suffering. Shocked and horrified, Chidy realized the true source of the village's misfortunes. Determined to expose Neka and free the village from her tyranny, Chidy devised a plan. He knew he could not confront her directly, as she was powerful and cunning. Instead, he decided to gather evidence of her dark deeds and rallied the villagers to his cause. His journey would be fraught with danger, but Chidy's courage and kindness would win him allies and, ultimately, a family and the love of Princess Adis. Chidy's heart pounded in his chest as he crept away from Neka's hut. The moon hung low in the sky, casting a silver glow over the village. He knew he had to be careful. Neka's raven, Odo, was always watching. Chidy hurried to Papa Ikin's home, hoping the old healer would believe his story. "Papa Ikin, I need to speak with you," Chidy whispered urgently, tapping on the wooden door. The door creaked open, revealing Papa Ikin's wrinkled face. His eyes, though old, were sharp and kind. "Chidy, what brings you here at this hour?" Chidy quickly recounted what he had overheard, his voice trembling with fear and determination. Papa Ikin listened attentively, his expression growing graver with each word. "Neka, a witch. This is serious, Chidy. We must proceed with caution," Papa Ikin said, placing a reassuring hand on the boy's shoulder. Together, they devised a plan to gather evidence of Neka's malevolent activities. Papa Ikin, being a respected elder, would subtly question the villagers about their ailments and misfortunes, noting any patterns that pointed to Neka. Chidy would continue to observe Neka's hut, looking for tangible proof of her witchcraft. Over the next few weeks, Chidy and Papa Ikin worked tirelessly. Chidy often spent nights hiding near Neka's hut, witnessing her dark rituals and overhearing her conversations with Odo. He noted down every detail, his heart heavy with the weight of his secret. During the day, Papa Ikin spoke with the villagers, carefully piecing together the puzzle of their misfortunes. One evening, as Chidy was keeping watch near Neka's hut, he heard a rustling in the bushes. His heart leapt into his throat, fearing he had been discovered. But to his relief, it was only his friend, Ngozi, a spirited girl of his age, who often accompanied him on his outgathering trips. "Chidy, what are you doing here?" Ngozi whispered, her eyes wide with curiosity. Chidy quickly explained everything, knowing he could trust her. Ngozi's face grew serious as she listened, her usual playful demeanor replaced by determination. "We have to stop her, Chidy." "I'll help you," Ngozi declared firmly. Together, they continued their nightly observations, careful to avoid Neka's watchful eyes. Ngozi's sharp mind and quick reflexes proved invaluable, and Chidy was grateful for her support. As the weeks passed, Chidy and Ngozi gathered enough evidence to convince a few more villagers of Neka's true nature. Among them were Obina, a strong and loyal farmer, Amoka, a wise and nurturing mother, and Ifoni, a clever and resourceful hunter. United by their desire to protect their village, they formed a secret alliance. The plan unfolds. With their small group of allies, Chidy and Papa Ikin crafted a plan to expose Neka. They decided to confront her during the upcoming New Yam Festival, a time when the entire village would be gathered. It would be risky, but they needed the villagers to see Neka for who she truly was. The night before the festival, Chidy and Ngozi snuck into Neka's hut, hoping to find definitive proof of her witchcraft. As they searched, they discovered a hidden room filled with dark artifacts, vials of strange potions, cursed objects, and a large book of spells. Chidy carefully took the book and a few of the cursed items, knowing this would be key to revealing Neka's true nature. The New Yam Festival dawned bright and sunny, with the villagers gathered in the central square, dressed in their finest attire. The air was filled with laughter, music, and the mouth-watering aroma of roasted yams. Chidy, Papa Ikin, and their allies stood near the front, ready to enact their plan. Neka, dressed in her usual guise as a kind herbalist, mingled with the crowd, a smug smile on her face. As the festivities reached their peak, Papa Ikin stepped forward, raising his hands to signal for silence. "People of Aloma, I have something important to share," he began, his voice strong and clear. "For too long, we have suffered from mysterious misfortunes. Today, we shall uncover the truth." With that, Chidy stepped forward, holding the book of spells and the cursed items high for all to see. "These belong to Neka," he declared, his voice ringing with courage. "She is not the kind woman she pretends to be, but a cruel witch who has brought suffering upon us." The crowd gasped in shock, murmurs of disbelief and fear rippling through the villagers. Neka's face twisted in anger, but before she could react, Chidy and his allies presented the evidence they had gathered, the patterns of misfortune, the testimonies of the afflicted, and the dark artifacts from her hut. Realizing she had been exposed, Neka tried to flee, but Ifoni, the hunter, was quick to block her path, his bow drawn and ready. "You will not escape justice," he said firmly. Cornered, Neka revealed her true form, transforming into a terrifying witch before the villagers' eyes. Dark clouds gathered overhead, and a fierce wind whipped through the square as she unleashed her magic. But Chidy, his heart filled with courage, stepped forward to face her. "Neka, your reign of terror ends today," he declared, his voice unwavering. With the support of his friends and the villagers, Chidy confronted Neka, using the knowledge he had gained from observing her spells. Papa Ikin, Ngozi, Obina, Amoka, and Ifoni joined him, their combined strength and determination forming a powerful force. The battle was fierce, with Neka hurling curses and dark magic at the brave group. But Chidy's courage and the unity of the villagers proved stronger. Drawing upon the love and support of his friends, Chidy used the book of spells to counter Neka's magic, turning her own dark power against her. Finally, with a burst of light, Neka was defeated. Her dark form disintegrated, leaving behind only the remnants of her evil deeds. The storm clouds parted, and sunlight bathed the village in a warm, golden glow. With Neka's defeat, peace returned to Aloma. The villagers, grateful for Chidy's bravery and the support of their friends, celebrated their newfound freedom. The crops flourished, the livestock thrived, and the strange ailments disappeared. Chidy, once an orphan boy on the outskirts of the village, had become a hero. As a token of their gratitude, the villagers offered Chidy a place among them, ensuring he would never be alone again. Papa Ikin, who had become like a father to him, welcomed him into his home. Ngozi, Obina, Amoka, and Ifani became his closest friends, their bond strengthened by their shared adventure. In recognition of his bravery, the village chief invited Chidy to a special ceremony. Princess Adiz, the chief's daughter, presented Chidy with a medal of honor. As their eyes met, a spark of connection passed between them, and Chidy felt his heart swell with happiness. Over time, Chidy and Princess Adiz grew closer, their friendship blossoming into love. The villagers rejoiced, for they knew that Chidy's kind heart and courage made him a worthy match for the princess. Their love story became a symbol of hope and renewal for the entire village. Chidy and Adiz were married in a grand celebration, surrounded by their friends and family. The village of Aloma continued to prosper under their care, with Chidy and Adiz leading with kindness and wisdom. And so, the brave orphan who had once lived alone at the edge of the forest found a family, love, and a place in the heart of the village. The story of Chidy's courage and the downfall of the cruel witch Neka was passed down through generations, a reminder that true strength comes from kindness, unity, and the courage to stand against evil. Years later, as Chidy and Adiz sat by the fire, surrounded by their children and grandchildren, Chidy told them the story of his journey. The children listened with wide eyes, captivated by the tale of bravery, friendship, and love. Remember, Chidy said, his voice gentle yet firm, true strength lies in your heart. Be kind, be courageous, and stand together against darkness. That is the legacy of our village, and it will guide you always. The children nodded solemnly, understanding the weight of his words. As they drifted off to sleep, Chidy looked at Adiz, his heart filled with gratitude for the life they had built together. And so, the legacy of Chidy, the brave orphan who defeated the cruel witch, lived on in the hearts of the people of Aloma, inspiring future generations to embrace kindness, courage, and unity. And thus ends the story of The Brave Orphan and the Cruel Witch of Aloma, a tale of bravery, kindness, and the enduring power of love and community. I hope you enjoyed the tale. If so, please like the video, comment, share it with your family and friends, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell for more enchanting tales like this one. Goodbye.